Grace. So now Fnatic, I think they should pick up Lyra here. Lyra, they need a healer against a healer. Otherwise, it's going to be a shard. They're going to say go for the Baptiste. And is this a potential Captain Baptiste, like how Nova does it? Maybe. We'll see. So now they can potentially keep Baron up because they can pick Baron.
That's what I was going to say.
But they're going to ban it. Oh my god, Fnatic, what are you doing?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because now it's just an easy Lyra ban for the side of Supremacy. Whereas if they didn't ban the Baron for Fnatic, it forces Supremacy to either have to ban Baron or Lyra, and Fnatic could have taken the other one. But this should be a very easy Lyra ban unless there's something specific that Fnatic has in mind. That's got to be what Supremacy's thinking about right now, why they're taking so long to choose their ban.
Can I just take a moment to point out the fact that Baron has a 68.8% win rate right now. Baron is just disgusting.
Yeah, it is the highest win rate in all of Vainglory, as far as I'm aware.
I can't say it surprises me. Having seen, like, I mean, we literally saw Masili's 1v3 at the end of the last game on Baron.
Harden ban is interesting. Like, you're going to give a competition of Lyra, Baptiste, that's a lot of sustain. Baptiste already is a self-sustaining hero himself, and you're going to hand him Lyra on top of that. That's a lot of power in the jungle and sustain. They can out-jungle a lot of jungle duos here. So let's see if Fnatic is going to pick up this Lyra here, or they're going to go for a Lance or a Catherine to counter the Grace. They're actually going to pick up the Black Feather, maybe save the Lyra as a last pick here, because they want to deny the Black Feather.
Or they're planning on running a Captain Baptiste.
Oh yeah, that could be the case too. Good point.
And that's one of the nice things about the Fnatic draft so far is it is flexible in how you actually want to go about playing this game. Supremacy though, they now need to finish off this draft. They've got that Grace as a huge frontline and as a great engage tool as well, but I'll be curious to see whether they go for that kind of all-in style composition or whether it's a more sit back, poke them down kind of thing. Agony, he's got his signature Samuel to work with.
And so this is a pick that they have done some pretty massive things on. Baptiste generally has been picked up as a counter to the Samuel, though. So we'll see if that interaction will work out the same way, or if it will be a little bit different this go around.
They might go for a Gwen here, because I know Mercedes plays Gwen, and Gwen is good to, you know, skedaddle outside of a Ordain, but they're going to go with the Glaive here instead. I guess more so to counter the lane Black Feather that they're expecting out of Fnatic here. So are they going to go with a Captain Baptiste like Bacon is hinting at, or they're going to pick up the Lyra here? Lyra looks really good into this composition because of Baptiste and Black Feather being able to focus down a target like Samuel or Glaive here.
Yeah, that sustain from Lyra would certainly be a hefty boon for the side of Fnatic, but we haven't seen them focus on Lyra in the last game. Neither team really wanted to pick that one up, so I'm curious to see whether that's something Fnatic have in their arsenal.
Yeah, maybe they might pick Grumpjaw over Lyra again and do like a Captain Grumpjaw, or maybe
could be
Jungle Grumpjaw. Yeah. But they're gonna go with Finn actually. I guess they want to specifically counter the Glaive and Grace engage here with Finn, so this could work out in Fnatic's favor.
Yeah, you can also soak up a lot of the damage that Samuel will be pumping out, so in an interesting pick for sure, but could definitely be something that works out for them. So now we've seen the compositions, how are we feeling about this match? Can Supremacy turn this into a 2-0? Because they look great in the last game.
It's going to be tough, because honestly, Fnatic's composition, you know, piece by piece can counter what Supremacy has. It's just going to be a matter of when it's all together. You know, will this Black Feather be able to dive onto the backline, get onto the Samuel? Will the Samuel be close enough for the Baptiste to do the amount of work that he's going to want to do against him? So much of this is going to hinge on this Samuel pick.
Yeah, and it's like it's the coordination between getting that Ordained down and Black Feather being able to jump on at that moment and kind of really abuse that power spike in the fight, I suppose. Power spike's the wrong word, but you get what I mean. Suijay, how are you feeling about these compositions?
I really like Baptiste and Black Feather and Finn into a Glaive, and Glaive is going to be their laner here, so I think Fnatic has the better draft because Glaive can just CC and disable, I mean Finn can CC and disable Glaive, stun him, etc. So I really like Fnatic's draft here.
All right, so we've got a Fnatic-facing desk for this second game. We may be going into a third one, but Supremacy, they've got it all to play for in this one. They could 2-0. Let's find out as we pass it over to our casters and head into game.
Well, thank you very much, Munchables, and that is right, team. Supremacy versus Fnatic, and good luck and have fun coming out across the board from all these players. It's really just a wonderful thing to see sportsmanship like this.
It really, really is. I'm expecting a little charm coming out from Netwell. I feel like he always throws a little cheeky charm out very early on.
Oh, he'll always kiss you before he kills you. Netwell moving forward. He's not really a Grace early on. It's not the same thing. It's like you got one quibble, one opportunity. Don't miss it. Techno drops down, slaps Hell's Devil with the on point. 1-2 basics and should be getting right back in the lane, helping Netwell maybe have an opportunity to zone him out. But Net is holding boots, so if he gets like super low and in trouble, he should be able to boot himself out of there. I say this, but then I look over, Hell's Devil is holding his own set of boots. This does allow Palmatoro to very slowly clear out his own backs. However, Agony is rotating over. He has a Drifting Dark. He's here just in time. Let's see a Drifting Dark come out with the Malice and Verdict. You're too late, Agony, you're too late. Ordain comes down onto Agony, but he just stands his ground. Palmatoro with the bad mojo, not going to connect. Malice misses Verdict, will hit. Now Hell's Devil and Agony have Palmatoro in quite a juicy little First Blood-ish type of place. I must say, he's doing pretty good, but First Blood will be going the way of Supremacy.
Oh, Netwell might have been able to pick up Second Blood there. I think this is what I really like about Grace. If in level 1, it's really fun to exploit her high, her high base damage there. She has this ability. She's got such high, base movement speed as well that she can just go over to the other side and just taunt the opponents like that, and she can be quite difficult to kill as well. So she is able to pick up those steals. She's able to go for those very aggressive jungle invades very early on, and it works really well. It's put Palmatoro in a bit of a sticky situation. I mean, he's still keeping up on farm with Agony, so 6 to Agony's 5.
Yeah, the spawn was kind of an awkward timing over there, but yeah, Supremacy doing a very good job. I think, as you said, to abuse the Grace. Plus the Samuel there. My question is, how is this lane gonna play out? I mean, we got the Black Feather against this Glaive. They're gonna be backed up, of course, by the Fen, the Grace. I feel like this Black Feather is gonna be very hard to deal with as time goes on, especially because of like Polite Company and the extra durability he's gonna have.
Yeah, definitely, and if, you've got this potential chain CC as well, with the Ordained and with the Quibble once Netwell overdrives it as well. So it makes it easy for them to lock down the members, particularly people like Hell's Devil and then Agony as well, who do they do have their own crowd controls there. I think CC is going to be a major factor in this game. But for Techno JJ, he has his Rose Offensive. He's able to escape out of any CC that Supremacy throw at him and just dive straight onto his targets. It's going to be a very difficult time for Agony, I can anticipate. Maybe not for Mercedes, who does have that afterburn available to escape. But Agony, he's not going to have such an easy time of it.
Holy Nova connects, but so does the Ordained into that big Quibble, and they'll be able to chase Hell's Devil down and actually find the kill with the on point there. Techno JJ happy to pick up a kill here early on.
They need to pick up kill. Hell's Devil is a 3v1 situation, no escape there. They took advantage of that kind of just over-aggression coming out from Hell's Devil as well. But despite that, Supremacy, they're sitting on a very small 500 gold lead. I'm not sure this is the best idea for Agony right now. It puts Agony in a sticky situation if he doesn't get it.
That is the worst feeling. When you commit like a big cooldown or a bunch of your energy or health to try to kill that Elder Treant, and then the opposing jungler walks up and like, oh, thank you for taking that down to one last hit for me. I'll go ahead and have that now.
It is the worst. It is the absolute worst there. And Palmatoro, he was able to get it. I think once we do see them ramping up a little bit, it's gonna be tricky. I think especially with Hell's Devil, he's doing a really good job there of using his Holy Nova to stun up the members of Fnatic, and especially because Techno JJ and Netwell, and even actually Palmatoro, the ranges in that ground, the Baptiste, it's relatively easy for them for him to go use his just get right into range using his benediction, and then land that Holy Nova on multiple members.
That benediction so OP, properly played through these team fights, can reduce a lot of incoming damage. Also just allow you to get right into the thick of things and disrupt these fights for Fnatic. Mercilli's doing a good job to farm up here, 52 last hits. So we approach the 5-minute mark of this game. 1-1 net worth, pretty even overall. Fnatic move forward as a unit. It's going to be Hell's Devil jumping in. He's looking for the Holy Nova. We'll just land onto net, but there's their afterburn. Knocks Techno back. Still just level 4, taking a bunch of damage. Agony connecting with those Malice and Verdicts. But Agony a little bit zoned out here as he does get isolated, separated away from the herd, so to speak, and he'll have to wrap back around up into the lane if he does want to help contest. And it's kind of awkward because I feel like he wants to take the mid, but he also wants to help his team out. If he commits to taking the mid, Fnatic drop down like they just did. They just zone him out. So this is a very awkward positioning game.
It is an awkward positioning. I think he's just probably just back away at this point. We just see a 3-man rotate coming down from Fnatic. But one thing that's really good from that last fight is that Supremacy, they were able to hold on to their fountain, whereas Netflight was forced to use his. So that already gives them a bit of advantage. And if you look at Supremacy, all of the members are practically healed up to full health. Hell's Devil, only one a little bit behind, but she's got that fountain of renewal. She'll regen over time. This puts them in a comfortable position already. I feel like initially in the early part of the game, Supremacy, they do have the early game advantage, especially in the team fight. They have higher damage outputs. And it's once we get into the late game, that weapon Blackfeather, that Finn as well, they just scale so well into the late game, and that's when they were going to be seeing them coming into their own right now. Techno JJ, he's picked up his poison shiv, getting a little bit more defense and sustain there with the little eulogies. So it's going to take a little bit more time before that Blackfeather really comes online.
Yeah, it will take a little bit longer, but he has the sustain, building up that weapon power, and right now with the reflex block, getting close to his level 6, I think honestly this is a Blackfeather that you need to respect. This is Techno JJ, all right? This guy, he knows how to play this hero very well. Agony makes his way up in the lanes, jump forward. Afterburn is not in the direction he wants. Actually, makes Techno avoid that Holy Nova. A little bit troll there coming out of Mercilli's.
The troll there, absolutely, but that is Mercilli's to well, not that he's a troll, but that he is able to kind of just taunt his opponents like this. But right now, Fnatic, they're looking for blood. I'm not sure Agony's in the best positioning here.
Sure, Agony is not in the best positioning at all.
No.
Fearsome Shade comes through, just tearing through Supremacy. There's a defensive afterburn coming out of Mercedes is Hell's Devil. I mean, with the fountain, could not keep Agony alive. Agony was just in a bad place. Now Techno, we want to kill Techno. Come in.
He gets one.
He's gonna go down. I know. Was that worth it?
Yeah, 1 for 2 trade. I'm not so sure. I mean, if we're gonna go back to the start of that team fight, yes, Agony was out of position. That is all that can be said. They were able to catch him out with the Ordained. He was locked down. He was unable to escape. He doesn't have that reflex block. It was an overextension on his part, but the fact that Mercedes was able to pick up kill there on Techno JJ was a good save.
Okay, well, ladies and gents, viewers from all around the world, looks like we are currently paused in game 2 here. No, I think it took people by surprise a little bit. Supremacy taking game 1. They're doing quite well for themselves here in game 2. Would it be like a shock if you saw them take this series, or would you be like, okay, yeah, I saw this coming?
I think in terms, yeah, I think it could be a shock, but okay, actually, let me just put that.
Let's start over.
Let's just start over. So I think there's been a kind of a sentiment here that Fnatic, they had a great season last during spring, but for this season, we all thought, yes, they've been on holiday, you know, that's why they weren't able to kind of just fully commit last time, but this time they're on holiday, they can really throw everything they've got, but yet they've not been performing as well as we thought they would have. And there was a kind of glimmer of hope yesterday. They looked really strong, but the fact that Supremacy, they've just been really biding their time over the last 4 weeks. So ultimately, I do not think it's a surprise if Supremacy take it. Fnatic, they've been only making a few mistakes. I think in the first game of the series, there's a few major kind of communications that led to their loss. And if it happens again in this game, I don't think it's any surprise.
Yeah, definitely. This squad here, the Supremacy squad, I feel like they've been really close for a while of, just cracking into the top 3 consistently overall. And obviously very talented players. Looks like we're back into the game. And we'll go ahead and get this one going. 7.5 minutes in, 2-3, net worth dead even. Supremacy and Fnatic. Supremacy up 1 here. Let's see if they can take control of this game. This would be a big storyline if Supremacy can take this win and move forward here.
It definitely would, because they'll be moving to the finals. I think that'll be the first time this season, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, just rifle through my memory, but I'm not 100% convinced here. But I know, yes, this will be a major win for Supremacy. They've been playing really well today. I've been very impressed with Agony so far, actually. I feel like his Scarf last game was very strong, and his Samuel's been, apart from that kind of overextension, has also been very good.
Oh, dude, his Samuel is on point. We had highlights from him earlier in the season where he was like in a 3v1 running away, manages to like find a kill onto a target who probably should have killed him. So yeah, I mean, this guy's definitely a player. He loves the CP mages. Definitely a very good Samuel.
Definitely. Okay, so we now see Techno JJ. He's picked up that Serpent's Mask, and that's kind of a fairly typical item that we see being picked up in the weapon Black Feathers. They're giving them an extra sustain. Agony is going to escape.
Agony is gonna get healed. Look at the heal coming out. Hell's Devil. I got you, dude. Don't worry. But that's a
Beautiful.
50-second cooldown. And Net holding that force the cord. I mean, Glaive's one of those heroes that... There's certain sets of heroes that you're like, I could force the cord you, but you have pretty good escapes. Glaive's just one of those heroes. He's just probably going to afterburn out of there. Unless you catch him with a nice Ordained comboed up. Now look at that! Hell's Devil jumps in. Benediction. Holy Nova, but a lot of damage coming out as it gets turned around. Holding the fountain. Was really playing it on the edge there. But making sure that he keeps this item available for his team. Agony's going to have to make his way up into the lane because Fnatic are starting to descend upon Mercillius. He's Ordained. And he's going to be able to block that off. Nice reflex. He moves back, but Turret's going down. And I'm like, yo, Agony, where are you at?
Agony, he was in the jungle, and he's potentially a bit quiet there, a bit of a flank. Hell's Devil, he's being so aggressive in this Grace, and I do like that playstyle, but I do feel like Fnatic are able to take advantage of these kind of just very kind of microaggressions coming out from him every single time. We do see TechnoJJ just really begin to prioritize that defense now with that Aegis. I think in terms of like looking at the target focus in the team fights, it's fairly obvious that Agony is going to be the one coming out for Fnatic. He has no escape there. If you can lock him down, he is stuck. He does have that Aegis now, so he's able to use his reflex block to avoid 1 CC. But for Mercillius there, he's got that afterburn. Hell's Devil, fairly durable in the front line. Agony though, if they're able to get on top of him, and they're able to just kind of body block those Malice and Verdicts, it's just mitigates so much of Supremacy.
I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say Fnatic win this game.
Biased caster.
Yeah, pretty biased. Big Net Toilette, Techno, JJ, Palma, Toro fan. Techno's going to jump in. We see Mercillius taking a bit of damage. Afterburns out. Make sure the reflex block's there. Net off the mark with that force to cord. I'm sorry if I cursed you, if I put a curse upon you. I just don't know about the Aegis on Agony. Now he's starting to build into his next offensive item. I just worry that they're not going to have enough damage output. Techno jumps in. He's got sustain. Drifting Dark. They're going to start to move back. Techno. Rose defensive. Mercillius is here. He has afterburn. He's going to go ahead and find Palmatoro. Palmatoro standing his ground. Oblivion's going to come out, blocked off. Very good job here as Fnatic trying to kite back. Techno, he's just... It looks like he's not taking damage, but he is. He's taking a lot of damage. They've taken Mercillius down. He moves forward. Boots active. He's got the move speed. You are on top of the Samuel. And this is where Shin, you said we want to be. You want to be close in the gap. Making sure he can't get out of here. Misses the on point, and that'll be the signal to cancel off. Drifting Dark to come out. Second Drifting Dark of the fight is Agony. He's looking for a target. It's just not really stacking up as far as the damage output. It's not that threatening at this point.
It's not that threatening. And in that team fight, when Mercillius, he was just really trying to get on top of Palmatoro. The whole time, Palmatoro was his principal target there. But the whole time, TechnoJJ was just dealing a lot of damage to him. And I feel like when you do not have that much armor, TechnoJJ should be your main target, but Palmatoro's not going to escape here.
Palmatoro's got a reflex block. 3 seconds, 2 seconds till the Fearsome Shade. Throw it! Save yourself!
He can't. Sad story for Palmatoro today.
Man, it is.
He called him Palmathrozo in the last game.
You're clearly hearing things.
Okay, maybe I'm...
That I say. I did say it. I said it. Agony's able to take the mids away from Fnatic. Sorry, I'm just trolling you out a little bit. Shinny, I gotta have some fun here. Guys, also, I'll say it. I said it earlier. Shinny, this could be potentially her last cast for a while, so if you're around, if you're a fan, say what's up. And give some love in the chat. Big fight here. Immense gold payout. Mercillius able to close out on that one. As Net and Techno tried to steal that away, but a very nice pickup for Supremacy.
It's a good pick up there, and they have evened up the playing field in terms of gold discrepancy there. So what, 100 gold between the two teams? It is completely and utterly insignificant there between the two teams, but they are a tart down. And the way I'm looking at it is, it's all about that target focus. There's so much CC in this game. This is something that I said earlier, is that if you look at both of the teams, you have this Oblivion on Agony that I feel like hasn't made much of an impact yet. You have this Holy Nova, you have this Afterburn. And then on the side of Fnatic, you have this Ordain, you have the Quibble, you have the Force to Court there. There's
The Quibble,
so much.
the Quibble.
The Quibble. There is so much that they have. That's what I mean, though.
Yeah.
There is just so much that they have. And I feel that... I don't even know where I'm going right now.
Dude, just go with it. Like, whatever you feel,
okay,
just say it.
I'll just go with the flow. I'll just go with the flow. The thing is, what's concerning for me is that I do feel that Fnatic's composition, they scale better into the late game, especially with that Black Feather in there, especially with that Finn. The glaive, I think, that just doesn't measure up into Blackfeather as time progresses, and I think it's beginning to show because in those 1v1s, Techno JJ is winning every single time. He's got that breaking point now. That to me is a major concern because those fights are beginning to go on very long now.
Yeah, I mean, it's deceptive. You look at the net worth advantage. Fnatic, yeah, okay, it's not a huge net worth advantage, but this is a team that is going to scale better, right? So ultimately, that is worth a whole bunch more. And Force to Court comes out. I don't think it was going to connect, but the Crucible does come out from Hell's Devil, making sure nobody's going to get caught in case they actually did walk into that. Palmatoro looking to zone with bad mojo, while Techno just continues to push this wave up here. Looking at the farm, 158 last hits for Techno JJ, 14 minutes into the 143 of Mercedes. I mean, both these guys, you know, they're keeping up with their farm. Nothing crazy as far as that's concerned. You're going to find the silence onto net. Hell's Devil actually getting caught out there. A lot of damage. They jump in, but the turret's still up. They don't want to get in there currently. All right, Agony. Okay, Agony is ready to go. He's got his broken net. And this is what the Samuel wants. This is what a Samuel needs.
That is what the Samuel wants. That is exactly it. But there's so much defense being built against him by Techno JD. He's got the Aegis already. Nettolet's able to body block those Malice and Verdicts coming out at him. And we're seeing just so much kind of like trade-offs between the two teams right now. And neither of them are taking that much damage. I feel like it's really going to be coming down to the micro plays of both of these teams right now. It's going to be such a cerebral game. And any mistake being made is just going to be completely taken advantage of right now.
You say it's going to be like a cerebral game, but then the mistake thing comes. I feel like someone's just going to face check a bush and just get murdered. And then they're going to push and win. This is gonna be like a 30-minute game, and it just feels like the greatest like macro plays, micro outplays, and then someone's just gonna face check, and then they're just gonna push 3 turrets and win.
We can be like Excalibur and just tilt majorly off face checks.
Did he tilt yesterday?
Yeah,
we won't bring that up. We're
check,
professional casters.
Well, no, it is. No, but the thing is, it is tilting to see like a face check. You know, the game is going so well. There's been no mistakes made, and then you just see this one moment where it just tilts you. Which is fairly obvious in itself, but never mind. I'm beginning to tilt myself, so I don't want to.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy! Like I just sat back, I didn't say anything, and I just watched you tilt yourself. That was
incredible scenes. It was absolutely incredible scenes.
Yeah, I mean, let that be a lesson to everybody out there. You know, sometimes you psych yourself out more than anybody. Fnatic keeping that in mind as they continue to apply pressure here in this game, knowing that the psychological mind game is such an important aspect of competitive esports, especially Vainglory. I think Nettolet probably a student of this game more than anybody.
Nettolet. Probably, yes, like you said, one of the best captains about in the world right now. I think of Vainglory. I think certainly.
Do you think it's a coincidence that he's also one of the most talented trolls, probably connected to the internet at any given moment in the world?
Thin, so I'm not even sure if that's a pun on your part or.
There are layers. There are
layers within.
But I would look at the most obvious. There's just truth. It's just, it's an honest statement. He's making the plays. You know, he psychs his opponents out. You never know what to expect. You know.
You know, he psychs me out. If he's gonna face check, I start tilting. You know, it's absolutely incredible what he's doing. But we are 17 minutes in. It has been another very, very macro-based game for both of these teams here. And just looking at the builds across the map, a lot of defense being picked up by both sides. Palmatoro probably has the least defense of all the carries on the map.
I like that.
You like that? That is Palmatoro though. He likes to have his life on the line.
Defense will win you a game or two. Offense, that'll win you championships. Force the Court, 2-man onto Supremacy. They pull him back, but look at that. Boots are pretty good. They're able to get themselves out of there. Mercedes waiting on that afterburn to come back up as they look to turn it around. Drifting Dark is going to be on cooldown as it went the opposite direction, so they were trying to kite back. Now, a lot of ability starting to come out here as Blackfeather moves forward with his on point. He's on target. Oh, you see the Flares of Shade come out, and they're able to just melt through Supremacy. What did I tell you?
Double kill.
Team, when it happens, it is going to really, really happen. And this is going to be the ace into, let's see, a turret push, a Kraken, and dare I say, GG?
I would not say GG at this point in time, but you know what? I've been wrong in the last game. Okay, you're saying GG. I'm saying it's not GG just yet for them. I feel like there's still hope. And for me in this game, this hope lies on Palmatoro's shoulders. I feel like every single team fight that's been won so far by Fnatic, I feel it's really resting on his shoulders because he's using his Ordain so well. Like, I think a part of it does come down to the way Supremacy are playing. They're playing so clumped up together that they trap themselves essentially in this Ordain, all 3 members, and it's just so easy there for Netflix to be like, okay, I'm gonna quibble you, and then I'm just.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's textbook at this point for Fnatic. It's textbook for Palmatoro, and I think part of the issue is that part of the reason is coming to the compositions and how they're scaling up, and also.
oh, agony!
No!
Agony! A face check into the game ending push. I can't even talk anymore. Game ending push. Yeah, whatever. It's all gonna happen
GG.
right now as Fnatic move in as a group. 2 versus 3.
I think this. I'm not sure that they can fight all 3 members there of Fnatic right now, especially with the Kraken pushing in.
They can't.
2 tarts left. Feels really bad at this point.
You know when you predict how the game is gonna end, it's always fun. But they gave us a lot of time to think about predictions. Hell's Devil's gonna find the heal on the Mercedes. It's a very powerful heal, keeping his ally alive as no damage has yet come out on Fnatic. Have to do something. Oh, this is agony. He's respawn, drifting dark, Malice inverted, splashing Techno Jade, dropping low, but they take out Hell's Devil. And this is Fnatic looking to close out on game number 2 and tie this series up in a dominating fashion. Look at Netflix with the mind games at the end. He says, look, I'll try to teleport out. Cancel my teleport. I got a Kraken. I do what I want. I'm Netflix. I'm the best Finn player in the world. Come at me, bro.
And they came at him. And what a game. I feel like that was. I feel like part of that was Supremacy. They made a few mistakes there. I think Agony got caught twice in the duration of this game. But Fnatic, for me, it really came down to Palmator and the way he was using her Ordained to